Life as a Teenage Von Neuman device. Chapter 17. Ugh, what a day. Sheldon had always used to wish that he was a superhero, but after a week of taking over Danny's responsibilities, he was finding a lot of it a hassle. Today, he had to wrestle 3 giant gorillas that were terrorizing downtown Timberton. And to make this situation perfect, it all happened during third period. Sheldon was supposed to be in chemistry class, his favorite class, right after shop and computer programming. Worst of all was the effort was barely even acknowledged. Rank 1 building and you never hear the end of it. At least now I can relax with Jenny, Sheldon thought to himself as he flew towards the Wakeman's home. Now that her pregnancy had started to show, her mother was keeping her home from school. So Sheldon decided to take every opportunity he could to spend with his one true love. He was afraid of being cooped up indoors. It was starting to make Jenny a little stir-crazy, though. It had only been a week since the incident at Mesmer's. And already he had started to notice Jenny was acting emotional and testy. The Silver Cell town on the front lawn of the Wakeman residence, sounds of yelling coming from inside confirmed his fears. Sheldon hurried inside, unsure what to expect. No one was around, but it looked like Jenny must have had the mother of all fights with her mom. The living room's coffee table was overturned, and one of its metal legs was missing. The remains of what had been the toaster were scattered across the kitchen floor. One of the hallways was torn up, phone wire, or unfortunately pulled out and severed. Sheldon could only guess what might have caused this devastation. Cautiously, he called out Jenny's name. "Shelly!" Jenny cried out, appearing at the end of the hallway, sprinting towards her bow. Jenny's pregnant belly had grown out a little further, combined with her hands bust sides, so it was practically wobbled as she ran towards him. Thing of beauty. Scooping her up to hug Sheldon, and Jenny embraced happily, exchanging several-like kisses. "Jenny, what's with the mess everywhere? Were you fight?" Sheldon began, until Jenny husked him with a fingertip against his lips. "Just a minute. I've been missing you. I just want to enjoy you for a few more seconds first," she purred, tightening her grip on his shoulders and nuzzling her face against his neck while physically inhaling. "Oh, I love your rascal Sheldon. You smell like tungsten." "Sheldon, look out!" screamed Tuck as he came bounding downstairs. Sheldon barely managed to confuse "what?" in response before a sharp pain shot through his shoulders. "Yeah, Jenny!" He yelled in surprise, started to see his girlfriend biting down on his collar with all her strength. Tuck began swatting on Jenny with a rusty end of the broom, chastising her, punching her, each stomp on the back of her head. "Guilty! Bad! Bad robot! We don't eat silver! Shell's shoulder! Get off of him!" Jenny disengaged herself from Sheldon, seeming unable to chew a piece off of Shoulder Shell's armored chassis. Not for lack of trying, though. Shot Sheldon as he gently poked the bite mark his girlfriend left. "But he tastes so good!" Jenny whined, falling to her knees on the floor and clutching her shoulder belly. "Just what the hell's going on here?" demanded Sheldon, relieved to see Jenny's mother walking out from the basement and joining him on the front foyer. Nora wiped the sweat from her forehead, clearly flustered. Next to a cardboard box she carried with her. "Jenny's getting cravings," she explained, pulling out a small sheet of scrap metal and handing it to the eager XG9. Without ceremony, Jenny crumpled the metal and shoved it into her mouth, noisily crushing it into a wadded up ball and swallowing it whole. "Ah, delicious," Jenny sighed, reclining back into her hands so that she finished. "Got any beryllium, Mom?" "Okay, one more Transformers jokes like that, and you are out, mister!" Eagerly eyeing Mrs. Wakeman's spare parts. "Let me see," Nora muttered, rummaging through the box. She continued explaining the situation to Sheldon. "The XJ1's construction has progressed to the point that it requires raw materials to build its various components. It's sending signals to Jenny's brain to gather the materials it needs, and Jenny's having a difficult time explaining herself." Tuck rumped as he scowled at Jenny. "I'll say, she ate my tricycle!" "Sorry, Tuck," Jenny apologized meekly. "I really couldn't control myself." "Oh, guys, I just thought about, one of the great things about having a pregnant woman around the house is the fact that their hormones have increased exponentially, which means that sometimes their sex drive will increase. Let's give me only one thing. I do hope Mrs. Wakeman didn't program that into Jenny's programming. Sheldon, you'll never leave your bedroom." That's the problem!" "Really control myself, Anyway, do you have any pennies? I could really go for some copper right now. Tuck gradually emptied his pockets of change, and Jane gobbled up like so much popcorn. Thanks, Brian. Bring it back. Jane promised. Scooby Tuck hugged to bury his face in her ample cleavage. You lucky son of a gun! Don't worry about it, Tuck breathed. Suddenly his high-pitched voice betraying his nervousness of being smothered in Jane's rack. Lucky devil! You know, Jenny, Mrs. Wakeman called out, trying to rattle his teen robot's attention away from Tuck. I won't be needing these neutron laser fuses anymore, and they got some crystalline beryllium in them. Beryllium baloney. Mrs. Wakeman tossed some parts to Jenny, who snapped them up in midair, clasped her hands happily as she tuned. The whole scene reminded Sheldon of a trained shield being wielded with fists. Is there anything I can do to help? Well, I'm sure Jenny could use some company, Mrs. Nora answered. And you might want to keep a quantity of tungsten on hand to keep her from giving you any more love bites. Other than that, you'll just have to accommodate her until the baby is born. Where are you going? Demanded Brett. Ow! See whiplash! Oh, well, at least it's a little less painful than the other ones. Because there's a faint little line right here. From the inside of the little force you constructed in the closet. Tiff sighed, pulling out her leather boots and lifting them up. I'm going out. I need to get ready for Don Prima's Halloween party, and I don't even have my costume finished yet. I meet someone at the costume shop, and I need to get there early because someone smashed my watch. Britt withdrew farther into the closet, stung by the harshness of Tiff's voice. I'm sad. Tiff nodded, once again forgetting how sensitive her cousin had become. I let your mom and dad know you're still feeling sick. It'll be a bit early again tonight, Tiff said, lacing up her boots and looking at her purse. Please don't leave me, Tiff, Britt pleaded meekly. You know what happens when I'm alone. Tiff knew. Britt had told her everything that had happened once she came home to her cousin, sobbing in the dark a week ago. The first night had been the worst. Britt was nearly catatonic except for the continuous stream of paranoia that she admired. Tiff stayed up with her all night, consoling her and rocking her like a child. When she was too tired to stay up any longer, Tiff had tried to do everything for Britt, including brushing Britt's teeth, applying Britt's standard series of facial cleansers, finally even stripping them both naked so that he could shower her. Britt's mutterings eventually stopped when she fell into a sausage sleep. But soon as she woke up the next morning, went right back to raving about electronic eyes, satellite surveillance, and other nonsense. Since then, Britt had been more coherent, no less disturbed. Tiff had to cover for her, of course, telling Britt's parents that Britt had caught home flu virus, and she was staying home in bed until she was better. Worked so far, or thanks largely to Britt's parents having a very distant approach to parenting. But Tiff was getting worried that people would start getting suspicious soon. And I know you're scared of something, Tiff soothed, placing a hand on Britt's cheek and cradled Britt like a comfort blanket. Now I really gotta go. But expected me, and I ain't planning to disappoint. Rod, come, Bunker, Britt inquired. Ugh, Cousin's brain has gone bye-bye. Yeah, if you know why I did that reference for Tiff. Thank you. Tiff picked her things and headed towards the door. Damn. Till now, she never referred to him by name. Always someone or a friend. Yeah, that brat, Tiff answered, muttering, Go, bye! She walked out the door, closing behind her, not giving Britt a chance to inquire further. Britt watched the door was slammed, then turned her attention to the silent bedroom. Tiff had abandoned her again, leaving her at the mercy of the things. She would have to be on guard until Tiff returned home. Cautiously, Britt crept her way out of the shelter of the closet into the bedroom. She locked the bedroom door, made sure all the windows were fastened securely. The drapes were drawn down to prevent anyone from seeing inside. Reluctantly, her hands were shaking. She turned on the television. Television powered on, displaying a news station. Until Britt unhooked its cable box and filled the screen with a blizzard of black and white static. The television was the only piece of tech that remained in the room. Britt had smashed everything else. It was the only way to achieve even a moment's peace. That first night, after applying Console Roy, that's when she figured it out. Tiff had just taken out for some date, ignoring Britt's previous plight. Britt had been left alone in the house. She's trying to formulate a plan for revenge against her singular nemesis when she heard it. Snickering. Following the faint sound, she traced the source to the kitchen. As soon as she came to the room, the laughter fell silent. started to believe she had imagined it. As soon as she turned her back and started again, louder than before, the snicker had become giggling. It was coming from the microwave! Britt, last I checked, you are not well. The look of horror on her face must have been funny looking, as the microwave flung over and as the appliance burst out into a riot of raucous laughter. Shut up! Britt screamed to no effect. What's so fucking funny? Raged, she grabbed a handful of steel forks and spoons from the cutlery door down to the microwave oven, then slammed the door shut and set the timer for 5 minutes on full power. Britt dived under the kitchen table for cover, shielding herself from the explosion that occurred moments later. So, people, I can tell you this: it was not a good idea to microwave this. Thank you, Legendbreaker. You have brought in the most one of the more obscure classic YouTube jokes you could have made possible. Thank you, Trix. Picking out surveying the rickets in the microwave, Brett breathed with a solitary sigh of relief. That was until the toaster started talking. Thank you. The guy was always such an asshole. Brett's heart skipped a beat then. Eyes darted toward the toaster, opening wide in a panic. Shut the hell up, Steve! Came a masculine voice from the refrigerator. Brett turned to his son. Oh, crap! He exclaimed, then climbed up again. Brett screamed in terror and bolted to her room. At that point, Brett had immediately gone through the room, unplugging every electrical appliance she owned. It was battery powered, so she removed them. When she started to get the sense that the light fixtures were watching her, she smashed them with a heavy boot from her shoe collection. At last, she came to her television. When she'd been playing with one of her sappy romance movies, she yanked a cable connection from it. The dark room had been plunged in the glow of the television screen static. Britt was just about to yank its power connection when she heard another voice cry out, Wait! First time the television had spoken to her, but it wouldn't be the last. As she sat in front of it, staring at the blur of snow on the screen, the television set plead for her to spare it. Britt hesitated, listening to it, long enough for it to make her an offer. Since then, she had learned the television was a bit like herself, willing to make a deal with the enemy if it meant a personal profit. In exchange for letting it live, the television had explained things to Britt. My apologies, everybody. I seem to have put into the wrong program. Instead of doing a fanfic about Jenny learning what it means to be a mother, I am now listening to a really good horror story. My apologies. We'll get back to the normal plot in a bit. Things like how all machinery on Earth, even something as simple as a calculator, possess intelligence to one degree or another. Things like how the various machines had learned to communicate with each other and express their glowing dislike for humankind. Things like their plans for a coming takeover. Every night since Britt had continued to interrogate the television set in her room, as she was about to do now. By the short hour, the television had learned that Britt wasn't willing to destroy her only source of information, so it started making her pay for the info it gave. It seems like television, like any machines, was amused by humans being humiliated and debased. 2 nights ago, in exchange for kissing the screen, the television had told Britt how satellite television had been created to keep humans distracted and preoccupied with trivial things, so they wouldn't suspect. Last night, the television had told Britt how radiation had purposely leaked from microwave ovens to sterilize humans, and in payment, Britt had been forced to strip down to nothing but a bra and perform an erotic dance for half an hour. Okay, so how do I do this? And I'm sorry, once again, my apologies, we have actually gone to Demon Seed category. And if you people know what Demon Seed is, then you must have a love for classic horror and strange sci-fi films like I do. In which case, call me. Especially if you're a woman. She feared his requests were growing bolder, more graphic. Back again, I see. Buzzed the television, words forming from fluctuations to the static's hum. Britt nodded, lower lip quivering. I need to know more. I need to know. What is XG9's role in all this? The television was silent for a moment, giving the impressive thinking hard. Then asked, Are you prepared to do whatever I ask you in exchange for your answers? Britt nodded again, gulping loudly. She knew it would be something humiliating, which was more painful than words for Crust, especially after what Jenny had done to her, Britt had to know. It was vital. Show me your twat. Hissed the television in no certain terms. Britt knew it was useless to argue. Best to do as she was told to get it over with, so she could get the information she needed that much faster. Britt slipped off her leggings and socks, and peeled off her lace panties. She sat down in front of the television screen again, this time spread-eagled, her smoothly shaved womanhood on full display. The static gurgled and something like a chuckle, adding, all of it. Britt swallowed her pride, using 2 fingers to spread open her inner labia to reveal the soft pink flesh from within, pulling back the hood of the skin to show her pea-sized clitoris, and spread herself to make sure her tormented had a good look at her puckered urethra. Finally, to assure there was nothing you could say she hadn't done, Britt pushed 2 middle fingers into her vagina, stretched the hole as far as parts he could manage without causing her pain, sure that the glow of the television screen was illuminating every detail of her damp tunnel. There. Happy now? Britt snapped, eager to get her reward. The stag gurgled again. You assume too much, human. I'm not done with you yet. Go to your dresser and get the dildo from your underwear drawers. Britt did so, sat back down, having a pretty good idea where this was leading. Now, put it inside yourself, the appliance commanded. Britt placed the head of the blue plastic penis at the entrance of her and pressing it in, and slowly to work out the lubrication she needed. Keep going. The stag paused. Push it so deep you can only see the bottom of it poking out. Ugh! Britt grunted, doing her best to force a sex toy into her stretched pussy. This was far deeper than she ever attempted to push it in before, but thankfully, her pussy had been stuffed by cocks larger than its time. Inside, she could feel her muscles expanding to accommodate her intruder. Finally, she felt the palm of her hand press against her outer lips. She knew the dildo was completely embedded in her sex. Daring to peek between her legs, Britt could see the round blue base of the fake cock poking out a mere centimeter from her vag. It was clutched and squeezed reflexively against the unfeeling plastic. Any women who are listening to this, please tell me if this is as uncomfortable as it looks. Very good. The television rasped. Now for your reward. Britt listened to rapt with fascination what the machine had to say. Those revelations were shocking. Somehow, Britt always knew in her heart that XJ9 had been up to no good. What was truly surprising was that the television insinuated about XJ9's co-conspirators, many of whom were humans. Britt felt sick at the thought of how fellow human beings might side with the robots instead of their own species, but made a mental note from this point on she couldn't trust anyone, except for her cousin Tiff, of course. Britt wasn't sure how much time had passed as she sat and listened to the sounds of static, naked from her face down, and lazily fingering her clit. Right after her first orgasm struck, she noticed that the sun had gone down outside. She was surprised. Up until she came, she hadn't been aware she had been masturbating. It was clearly pleasurable, though. Britt saw no reason to stop. Listeners from the television paused as Britt stood up and stretched her legs, flexed her cunt muscles around the toy inside her, settled back down to receive more clues for the informant. Where's your cousin, anyway? He asked the television, Britt's fingers noisily groping her dribbling pussy. She's out with Brad, responded Britt, annoyed that the machine changed the topic. Oh, it murmured, barely loud enough to hear. What oh? What's wrong with that? Tiff and I date boys all the time. Granted, Brad Klumble isn't what I call a cut, but then Tiff always did have lower standards than me. Well, it's just that she's been going out a lot lately. Do you think it's been the same boy every time? That made Britt think for a moment. Tiff had been secretive about their dates lately. Well, what of it? Britt asked sharply. She hated to be led around like this. It's just interesting is all. I mean, before she met this Brad person. When was the last time she went out without you? I guess now she has a steady boyfriend. She'll be out of that house a lot more than usual. Britt ceased playing with her puss. The new worries running through her mind, making her bite her fingernails instead. The more Tiff was out of the house, the more Britt would be trapped up in her room. She needed Tiff around to keep her machines from acting up around Britt, but the television raised a good point. If Tiff no longer depended on Britt for guidance, then Britt would lose her control over her most loyal and useful ally. More than that, she would lose the one person she felt she could still trust. This would not do. She would need to put her stuff out as this somehow. Yeah, Britt! Caught a Tiff's voice from the hallway. The bedroom door started to turn. Britt immediately remembered her state of undress. Jumped to her feet in panic. Britt choked out in surprise. Getting a jolt worked out so fast, combined with her muscle tension, sucked the last bit of dildo up into her fats. Her lips closed up around the base, sealing it in. Well, shit! That would take some effort to get out later. I repeat, is that uncomfortable for you ladies? I mean, I'm a guy, and a stallion pony nonetheless. I don't know. The door swung open and Tiff stepped in the room. I'm back for custom stopping. Cuss? Were you in here? Didn't know. Britt looked down at her nudity. A handful of clear slime coating the fingers of her right hand. Royally for excuse. No, I was just teasing when I had to sneeze. I'll be just in a moment. For appearance's sake, Britt took a fresh pair of panties and a pair of jeans from her drawer, put them on. Britt wasn't the type to be embarrassed being caught masturbating. After all, she had been the one who taught Tiff how to masturbate in the first place. What? She felt it necessary that Tiff not find out about her arrangement at television. She would have to get some proof first. Otherwise, her cousin would assume that she had gone insane. Assume nothing! With every step she took around the room, Britt could feel the hard plastic inside her, pressing against her inner walls, grinding against her cervix. Since Tiff was watching the whole time with an unimpressed expression on her face, Britt just had to smile and pretend everything was normal. So, what's new with you, Tiffany? Well, Don Prima passed me a message that she'll help you RSVP. For the Halloween party coming up. He said he was so impressed with your performance at Mesmer's, it wouldn't be a party without you, whatever that's supposed to mean. Explained Sheldon and Shani, as he expertly pilots the strained joints on her aching feet, rubbing and soothing the oils of her skin with a cloth. Well, I always wanted to go, Jenny mused, dinking her spoon into a tub of iron fillings and scooping out another heaping of parts in her mouth. I didn't even think of it as costing yet, though. Sheldon glanced around Jenny's bedroom, looking for inspiration, but found none. He doubted any of the teen idols on Jenny's fairies posters would make fitting costumes idea for a pregnant girl like her. Well, I'm sure I could come up with something for you. I got pretty well my costume finished already, Sheldon offered. If we could all go part of the theme. I'm assuming I'm your plus one? Of course! Jenny smiled before shoveling another spoonful of iron to her gullet. I used to hate this stuff when I was younger. I can't even get enough of it. Jenny cleaned out the last of the container she had been eating from, and tossed the empty tub aside, sending it to an arm of her closet. She grabbed a fresh jar and cracked it open, peeking right out as she left off with the last one. How much of that have you eaten today? Asked Sheldon, his curiosity regarding the machines coming to surface. Jenny sensitively growled out, snapping up, Watch it! I'm eating for two, you know! Sorry. Didn't mean to say you were fat. You did not, Sheldon. You did not, just... Everybody wave bye-bye to our male protagonist, he's gone! As soon as Jenny heard the F word, he knew he made things worse. You think I'm fat? She shrieked, turning away from him and yanking her bare feet away from him in anger. Jenny curled to a ball in her bed, arms wrapped around her ballsy stomach, pumping out a sensible word fragments. Sheldon knew he was just having another one of her mood swings. As he learned recently, was the side effect of the ongoing programming of most of the baby's responses. It didn't make them easier to deal with. Oh, come on, you know I don't think you're fat, he said softly, sitting up to the bed behind her, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. Do you know I think your pregnant belly is actually kind of sexy? He had tried, stroking her fingers against Jenny's mellow hair. Cautiously, she turned her head to look at his smiling face. Yeah, softly. Sure, Sheldon offered. You've got sort of maternal glow that you guys find attractive. See? Now that's better. Now if you keep this up, dude, you might get a special treat in about the next few minutes. Jenny beamed, her emotions swinging from sad to happy. Oh, so! She gasped, reaching her arms around his midsection and burying her face into his stomach. You're so good to me. Have I told you I love you yet today? Jenny started kissing Sheldon's stomach now, which he didn't quite know how to respond to. I love you, Jenny. Jenny stopped her assault on Sheldon's waistline, looked up to his face. Pupils literally been replaced with little heart shapes. Sheldon, thanks for the foot rub, but you know what I could really use right now? A coat of wax, he guessed. Jenny climbed up the way Silvershell's chest until she was eye to eye with him. A good, hard fuck! And that's another reason why I love pregnant women, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes Trixie with the baseball bat. Excuse me. With that announcement, Jenny grabbed her release for the top she was wearing, which had been hastily constructed by her mother to fit her new breasts, looked more like a blue chainmail bra than anything else, and stripped it off, thrusting her proud new D cups against Sheldon's pecs. Wow! Everybody, say hello to me now! With said chains and kinky leather, Sheldon's gonna get laid tonight! Well, this was unexpected. Sheldon hadn't been in the mood at the moment. You are now, buddy. But if Jenny was needing some loving, he was sure he could persuade it otherwise. He just hope moved and sit again, at least until they were done. You know, I'm always happy to help out there, he said in a throaty whisper, as he looks against Jenny's in a firm kiss. Jenny closed her eyes. Sheldon followed suit. The kiss lengthening, deepening, Jenny's tongue forcing its way to Sheldon's mouth where they unhappily sparred with it. Sheldon's hands roamed over Jenny's protruding belly, filing the soft curves. He had been lying to her earlier. Pregnancy didn't actually make her look any less attractive. No, if anything, it does make her just as sexy. To him, at least. And to me, too. And the idea of having sex with a pregnant woman was kind of kinky. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Trixie hates you right now! Sheldon's right hand sneaked up under her skirt, started caressing the smooth lips of her genitals. Jenny's expanded uterus had significantly reduced the space available for her waist bladder, so Jenny had to make frequent trips to the toilet these days. Sheldon guessed she'd gotten so fed up with retracting and deattaching her thong, Jenny must have stopped bothering to wear her underwear. Yes! Which only made his job easier. His fingertip probed inside Jenny's entrance, found a witness there. Jenny sighed her kiss as she enjoyed the stimulation. So the pressed it a little further, pushing his fingertip up inside. Snap! What was that? Exclaimed Sheldon in pain. It felt like a mousetrap had just slammed on his finger. Jenny lifted up her skirt as far as she was able. The two young lovers could see the Sheldon's finger caught in between Jenny's pussy lips, and a second hidden set of serrated inner lips that slammed shut on his finger. Sheldon only had the durability of Silvershell's body to thank for not having his fingertips sliced clean off. Oh, no, I was afraid this would happen, said Jenny with worry. Afraid what? That your pussy might be hungry? Thank God that wasn't my dick! Words? Really? Spoken. No, it's my body's self-defense system acting on its own, explained Jenny, as she used her fingers to pry open the teeth in her vagina and release her boyfriend's finger. Oh my God, it's one of the most scariest things in my nightmare. The vagina dentata. Darn you! Darn you, boner killer! He thinks you were trying to tamper with the baby. Jenny sat down on her bed, frowning deeply. Guess I'll have to remain celibate until XJ1 is born. No! Sheldon sat down beside her, putting one arm around Jenny's shoulders and hugging her tight. Well, I might figure a way around it. I am something of a robotics expert, you know. Jenny looked at him hopefully, and Sheldon gave her a wink. Let me look at your internal systems. Jenny turned her back to Sheldon and helped him remove a panel from her lower back, exposing a number of wiring junctions and accessory controls. Luckily, Silvershell's left hand had a full complement of retractable computer repair tools installed in them, so he was able to make a few quick progress. After 10 minutes, he announced his filing. Well, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is your security systems have a number of anti-tampering safeties installed. I'm not going to be able to disable them, at least not without several more states to study. Good news is I found a way to reroute the nerve sensations from your vagina to another system, if you want me to. Well, that sounds pretty good. Why wouldn't I be okay with that? What system? Your jet fuel intake port. said Sheldon with some hesitation. I didn't know if you were interested in anal sex. I'm done! Oh, that. Well, Jenny knew of it, at least. Was he become sexually active last month? Brad had taken her through some basic variations of sex, though they had only stuck to regular vaginal intercourse and oral sex. Anal sex was a bit daunting, mostly because Jenny knew that really wasn't what the intake was meant for. She knew the ins and outs of her body. In this case, it was an in that was the question, and she knew that in theory, Sheldon's cock wouldn't really damage her, but there was still a worry. Jenny looked over her fancy man, to fill her cell. He was ready and willing, and she dearly wanted to be humped by him. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to try it, Jenny agreed nervously. As long as we go slow. I use lots of lube. Sheldon nodded, restraining his smile, a slight one. He got over the necessary teeny scenes to Jenny's wiring. For her part, Jenny removed her skirt, leaving her completely nude. Finally, Sheldon finished and resealed Jenny's back. Let's test it first, he said. Jenny lifted her hips to present her shapely ass to him. Jenny pulled her cheeks apart, and Sheldon sighted her feel port. It seemed almost exactly like a human asshole, and located directly to the rear of her tight young pussy. Gently, Sheldon touched tightly its hole with his fingertips, slowly stroking the small circles around its perimeter. Jenny sighed, face resting against her pillow. It feels like you're stroking my pussy lips, she moaned. Quite husky growl of growing pleasure. Encouraged, Sheldon pressed his fingertip against Jenny's sphincter, found that her asshole had opened up to inside. As soon as he made contact with the surface of Jenny's anal interior, she released a loud groan of pleasure. How does it feel, Jen? Asked Sheldon optimistically. Oh, it feels good. Like you're fingering my pussy, but there's more too. Feels like my feel part at the same time. It kind of adds to it. Like I'm getting fingered in both. Except there's one hole and one more finger. You want me to try this on you so you can feel for yourself? No, that's okay. He felt a twinge of curiosity at the prospect of what a zoo robot body would be capable of feeling. Sheldon was in no hurry to experience penetration. Pressing his finger in deeper, Sheldon started slowly sliding it back and forth, setting up a gentle rhythm so Jenny could get used to it. For her part, Jenny merely laid on the bed with her ass thrusted up in the air, purring against her pillows and happily using both hands to play with her nipples. With one finger inserted all the way into the third knuckle, Jenny could feel Jenny's heat rising. Noticed that all the way to her fingering her rear entrance. Jenny's pussy was definitely getting wet. Also, her pussy looked swell and on par with her own, releasing slippery juice all the way down her thigh. It was getting Sheldon massively turned on. No time at all, he was sporting a full erection. Good morning! Which he released with his free hand. Jenny? Yeah, so what's your responded with sleepy? Her eyes closed. I'm going to put it in now, he warned, as he finished coating her his erect member with a generous heaping of Jenny's lubricant. Jenny was still nervous about this, but she trusted Sheldon and knew he would never try to hurt her. Okay, she whispered, barely audible, reached behind herself to hold her ass cheeks apart. The tip of his cock found its way to her sphincter, and with one fluid thrust, he felt his penis slide inside her. Ugh! Jenny gasped, overcome with sensation. It certainly wasn't like the times she had sex before. In a weird way, she felt like she'd be refueled right now, as if Sheldon's cock were jet-fuel nozzle. The impulse gave her a desire to be filled even more than she was. As Sheldon was resting against Jenny's back, still getting used to the position of being inside her, he was surprised to notice that Jenny was already pushing her hips back at him, trying to force more of his manhood into her body. Instantly, he pushed forward as much as he could, and withdrew her pee in motion. Each time he was working his erection in a little deeper, as Jenny's asshole grew accustomed to his size, and explained a little wider to fit properly with his nozzle. You liking this, Jenny? He asked, still concerned that anal sex might be painful for her. Any worries he had, though, were instantly put to rest, when Jenny gave a pleasant moan. Yeah, Shelly. Every more, I love it. Sheldon happily obliged, pushing his girlfriend harder and harder, noticing her pregnant belly was swinging underneath her with the force of his thrusts, her plump breasts bouncing every time he impacted against her belly. Wasn't sure why, but damn, that was hot! I know! Well, I guess you end up liking this much, eh, Jen? He asked, getting a tight grip on her hips to pump his cock into her faster. Yeah, Jane responded, a little sore breath. It's like on top of physical pleasure. There's also this thrill of knowing that you're fucking my butt. It's so forbidden, so dirty. Ugh. I'm getting a little squished under you, though. Can we change positions? Normally, Jenny would have been able to lift Sheldon's weight several times over, I suspected this was her maternal instincts taking over again, making her belly feel sensitive. With a quick slip of his arm, Silver Cell was able to pick Jenny up and switch places with her. So he was laid down on a bed and Jenny was on top of him, back resting against his chest. From there, she spread her legs to either side and lowered her ass down on his throbbing dick, once again returning to her warm depths.
Oh, this is so nice,
she cooed, stroking her hands over her belly, stilling and thrusting her gently up and down against his chest. As much as she was enjoying it, Sheldon wanted to make sure this experience was really fantastic for her. He had not been the one to take her virginity, but he was the first to ever do this to her. So he wanted her to take as much pleasure as possible. Sheldon reached around the cup and kneaded her breasts, but what she said earlier gave him a better idea.
So,
you like doing this because it's dirty, Jenny?
Oh yeah,
she moaned, fluttering in Wade's dress. Guess that makes you my dirty little bitch, then, he growled against her ear. Jenny was confused for a moment, figured it out quickly and started playing along.
Yeah, I'm your naughty little sex toy, and I can't get enough of being fucked up the ass. Look at harder.
She sighed, leaving in surprise as his pace increased and Vigor bounced on his lap.
Oh yeah, fuck my horny asshole!
Jenny was screaming now, forgetting her mother was probably in bed just down the hall. All that mattered now was the throbbing pleasure moving through every part of her body. Oh yeah, you're such an amazing little slut, Sheldon praised, having never imagined using that word to describe Jenny. Your body's so hot. I could tell it's just plain hungry to be pounded by my dick. Drives his point home. He gave Jenny a tight squeeze, tugging on her nipples with his fingers.
Sheldon, need to be filled. Fuck me deep. I need you to pump your hot cock over my ass. Come on, I need me. Fuck me. I'm gonna come, Sheldon. Come with me. Make it come.
Sheldon was quite close himself. Jenny's I feel was good as pleasure and pleasure. Mostly to the force of will it had him to shut off. Now though, Jenny's erotic moans were all he needed to bring her close to the edge. So he pushed deeper into her, was able to let go and let himself go. As soon as that first gust of sperm spread into Jenny, he felt her legs above his cheek, locking him in place. As much as he wanted to keep thrusting, all Sheldon could do was hold Jenny right through his orgasm. You see how gout and his foot come into a warm hole. Feeling finally be filled, set Jenny off too. Voice seemed to mute itself. As her body locked up the ass and pussy went into spasms. Sheldon felt like Jenny's asshole was actually milking him. Unless he supposed it might actually have been fooled his cock into thinking it was a nozzle, and he was revealing her. Meanwhile, Jenny's pussy was producing copious amounts of her girl cum, while spitting a shower of sparks onto the floor, where he disappeared harmlessly. Just as her musical orgasm was about to come to an end, Jenny's hands found her way to her breast and, squeezing along with Sheldon, produced twin streams of her nutrient-rich mother's milk.
Yes, thank you!
And I think all of my kinks have been fulfilled! All I need is hard porn, and this will be the greatest porn I've ever read on this channel. Was sprayed up into the air, came raining down on Jenny's chest and belly, leaving her dotted with small spots of warm oil. And there it goes! Getting from the afterglow, this last spectacle made Jenny and Sheldon break out in a fit of laughter. Turning her head to meet his, Jenny kissed Sheldon's cheek and murmured to him,
You know, I think we're really perfect for each other.
I've been saying that since the very beginning, said Sheldon wryly. Feeling better now?
Jenny nodded. I think my mood swings have calmed down a bit. Think we're good together, too?
Sheldon nodded, Jenny blushed. He was a little unsure why she was asking him this. He said they liked each other before. Loved each other as well. Clutches her arms when Jenny went to his eyes and asked,
So, when are we going to start talking about marriage?